Afternoon, guys. I'm going to make a quick tutorial about a question we had on our weekend while we were creating our blogs. A lot of you said that instead of having your welcome and your purpose and your explanation for your blog as one of your post entries, because what's going to happen is every time you put a new post, the newest one is going to be on top here, and the older ones are going to end up down here on the bottom, with your very first post being all the way on the bottom. So someone would have to scroll all the way down to see that original post, and that doesn't really make sense. So instead, we're going to go ahead and put our welcome way up here at the top, right under our title, not as a post, but actually as a gadget, a piece of text that will stay there and will never get scrolled down. Then you can actually start here with your posts as you start implementing things and getting ideas. That's the post that you want to be scrollable and by date. But this first entry where you kind of give it background information about yourself and give the purpose of your action research, this blog, we're going to want to keep that right up here at the top. Another option you could do actually is put it right here in the About Me section. You can write, a decent sized paragraph, and then that always sits right here on your blog. That's another option. So option one would be just put it in the About Me spot, and I'll show you where to do that too. Option two that I'm going to show you has you putting it as a gadget right here under the title, and it will always be there. So what you want to be in is you want to be in your blog, just like I am here in the MED SMU practice blog, and you want to be signed in. If for some reason you don't have all of this information here on the right, it's because you're not signed in. So here I am at my blog address, medsmupractice.blogspot.com. Go to your URL. If you can't remember what you named your blog, go to the forums on the MED website. You linked it there. Hopefully you can get to it from there. And then you got to make sure you sign in. And instead of sign out right here, it will say sign in. So sign in, so then you have some design options. You cannot edit your blog unless you are signed in. So then I'm going to have you click design. And then this is what you come up with. This right here is the template you currently have loaded onto your blog. Mine doesn't look like that because, like most of you, I uploaded, a fancier blog background from one of the websites I shared with you. Right now, there's two options when you're changing things on your blog. Sometimes you go to customize right here. Sometimes you just use this little menu here on the left. For this first thing, we're going to use this menu on the left, and we're going to click layout. And this layout page shows you all the pieces to your blog. You can see that you have the blogger item that normally sits right up here on your blog, the navigation bar where you just clicked sign in. Here's your title. This HTML JavaScript right here is that fancy background that you added. Here's where all your blog posts are going to happen. And then this is the footer where you can add tons of different gadgets, and we'll get to adding gadgets. If you want to experiment and have fun with it, you can. But so here's the first option for your blog welcome and purpose. You can put it right here in the About Me section. So you're just going to click edit. Up will come a box, title, About Me, name, description, and you're going to type right in this description box. You don't get, I think, as much room to play with right here. You're only going to get maybe 4 to 5 sentences worth, which is fine. And then just say show on the blog. And then once you have it, go ahead and go down and say save. And then your information will appear on that right-hand side of your blog right there. So that's option number one. Option number two is to put it right here underneath your background, so to speak, right under your title. And in order to do that, you have to add a gadget. So we're going to click add a gadget. And here's all the different gadgets you can add to your blog. And the one that we're going to add is a text gadget because we just want to add some information. So we're going to click that. We don't necessarily need to title it. You could title it welcome, whatever you want. You can title it whatever you want. I'm not going to title it anything. And I've already typed my information. So you want to click in this box and just start to type. Whatever you want to say what is your blog for, information you could tell about where you teach, how long you've been teaching, your passions in teaching. You can say whatever you want right here. And then you also need to give the purpose of your blog. Why are you creating this blog? Who would this blog be perfect for? Things like that. So I just said, welcome to my blog. My name is Emily, and I'm creating this blog to help facilitate my community of master's learners in their own creation of a blog. This blog will be full of tips and tricks on how to customize the look and content of your blog. Click around and enjoy. And I will be using this blog to post tutorials on how to do different things with your blog, so you can actually see it on a blog. Once you have what you want, you're going to go ahead and click Save. And now that gadget has shown up right here on the right, which is not necessarily where you want it. If you want it there, we can go ahead and just take a look real quick. If you want to leave it right there, it's going to show up right here on the side, very similar to where it would have shown up for your About Me. If you're okay with it over here, don't move it. If you don't want it over there, we're going to go Design, Layout, and we're going to grab this gadget. And you can just click and grab it, and we're going to drag it right there. So now it's going to be right under our title. That's the cool thing about these gadgets. You can move them and replace them all you want. So now we've placed it right underneath our title. So I'm going to save this arrangement, and then I'm going to go ahead and view my blog. And you can see now it's right here. It's right on top, right underneath my title. And now this will never be affected by any of my blog posts. It will always remain on top, which is what a lot of you said you wanted to have. So that's the first tutorial. I'm going to try to put up maybe one or two more talking about basic text color changes, and if you want to actually start posting. I know some of you already figured out how to embed a video, which I just think is awesome. And then also in the Q&A forum on the MED website, post tutorials you'd like to see. Like, Emily, would you make a tutorial on how to upload a document? Well, I actually am going to do that. But anything you're interested in trying to do on your blog, ask me and I'll try to either find a tutorial or I'll make one. So good luck, you guys, and email me if you have troubles.